Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Book HQ. So today I'm going to be talking about Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. It is actually a trilogy. I've actually finished Shadow and Bone and I'm now reading Siege and Storm. It's going to be hard for me to talk about this book series without giving spoilers away. So I'm really sorry if you want to know about what the book series is about without spoilers before watching the Netflix series, then probably you shouldn't watch this video. I actually found out that it's coming to Netflix from Kwabenia's Instagram. Kwabena is the author of Tristan Strong, which is sort of like a Percy Jackson, like an African-esque Percy Jackson. I actually haven't read the book series, but like he's published also by Rick Riordan's imprint. Rick Riordan, as you know, is the author of Percy Jackson series. But I digress. So back to Shadow and Bone. Shadow and Bone centers around a girl called Alina Starkov. She is an orphan and she's sent to live at this orphanage which is owned by this duke. He takes in lots of orphans, and all children are tested by the serial Kai to see if they have powers. There are people with powers and there are people without. She and Mal are found to be without, and so they grow up, and their country, Ravka, is split in half, essentially torn by this thing called the Shadow Fold, which is just big black smoke, darkness. You can't see anything inside it, and the land that this place occupies is actually fittingly called the Unsea. And inside this land is inhabited by these like winged monsters that eat people who go into the Unsea. Problem is, you have to cross the Unsea in order to get to West Ravka, because West Ravka is where there's abundance, there's food, there's, opulence, etc., which are things that are needed in East Ravka, which is where they live. And so, like, it's a Russian-inspired series. Like, you can kind of see the parallel. You can kind of, you can interpret the communism and capitalism, and West Ravka and East Ravka, like, you can see the parallels there. It is on this one mission that they have to make across their very first mission, Mal and Alina as grown-ups, because he's like in the army and she is a map maker, so like two skills that are needed to make this journey. They cross it for the first time and they get attacked by these monsters, and she's in love with Mal and one of these monsters is about to kill her, and so this power within her explodes and saves him. But it turns out that this power that she didn't know she had is the one power that has been sought after for hundreds of years, and it's called sun summoning. She's a sun summoner, and her power can destroy the Shadow Fold and these monsters, which is a big deal. So I didn't mention this before, but their society is structured between people who have powers and people who don't. And the people who have powers are led by a very enigmatic, super gorgeous character called the Darkling. And his power is, darkness. Essentially, like what you see the fold made of, that's also his power. And so it's a really interesting tale. A tale of deception and betrayal and love and adventure, and it's really exciting. Like I said, I'm reading the second book right now, which is also really cool. I think I really enjoy the way that Leigh Bardugo brings myth to life in her stories. I do feel, though, that there is this element of the Deathly Hallows. Like, I see the same element of the Deathly Hallows in her story right now, especially since the book I'm reading now is about a sea whip, which is a mythical creature, and the first one had a mythical creature in it as well. And it turns out that there are three, and they have a role to play, a very major role to play in the story of the main character, who is Alina, but also in the story of the main antagonist, who is the Darkling. So it's really interesting. It's a lot of fun. It's really exciting. I can't put it down. I'm listening to it because I'm listening to it in Audible. And I'm listening to it every chance that I get, and I'm really enjoying it. And I'm kind of dreading coming to the end of it because I I started fairly recently, and I'm already halfway through the second book. So that is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I guess my next video is going to be about the second book, which is Siege and Storm. So for all of you who have read Leigh Bardugo, good for you. But tell me what you think about it in the comments below. And for those of you who have not, go ahead and read it and tell me what you think about it in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my channel. And until next time, keep reading and keep watching. Bye bye.